Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes, sir.
Yeah. Hey man, everybody, welcome back to the E and J Huddle. And like we say every single time, please like, comment, and subscribe. We appreciate all of our supporters. The social media links, y'all, is in the bio. That's the Instagram, that's the TikTok, y'all. We've been getting active on there, so y'all go to them pages, y'all follow. Eventually we're gonna put the Discord up there, but we're gonna figure some more stuff out with the Discord. We're gonna put it up there too. So y'all click them links, follow them links, go like some stuff, and like our videos, y'all. They help us out in the algorithm. So please like the videos, leave comments, whether it's trash talk, whether it's y'all agreeing, whether it's y'all disagreeing, man. Comment down below whatever y'all think about the stuff that we be talking about. But this y'all gonna be the recap of the first week of college football playoffs.
Right.
First week of college football playoffs. Y'all, I know ain't been posting like that recently, but the season slowing down, so we still getting that with y'all, you know what I'm saying? The season slowing down, so it's gonna be slowing down a little bit for us. But we still gonna be posting stuff, getting active, especially when the off season start. We're gonna keep up with a whole bunch of stuff for y'all. So but yeah, just to recap, first week of the college football playoffs. Now I'm telling y'all right now, we ain't gonna get into it too much about Oregon. We ain't gonna get too much about Oregon and Ole Miss. I mean, they did what we expected them to do. Shout out to the group of fives for y'all making it this far. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to the group five. Y'all are champions in y'all own conference, or you know what I'm saying, division, whatever y'all won y'all conference and division in. Shout out to Tulane, shout out to James Madison. Y'all did what y'all can do. But as we all know, it's levels. You know what I'm saying? It's levels, and that showed Saturday. So shout out to the group of five. Shout out to Oregon and Ole Miss. They advanced to the next round. But mainly, this episode is going to talk about Alabama versus Oklahoma, and then we're going to talk about Miami versus A&M. So we're going to start off with Alabama and Oklahoma. What's your thoughts on that game?
Oklahoma, y'all sold y'all ass off. And I say that because it's like I'm over here watching the game, right? And I'm like, bro, they was doing good. Everything they started off quick. Everything looked good. Defense, fire. Defense, everything looked good. John Mateer. John Mateer looked better. Way better. He was giving me bad for when I said, what's this? Are we getting the Heisman John Mateer now? The one that we had in the early part of the season, but he was doing good. And bruh, I don't know what the hell happened. I don't know what was said. I don't know if niggas just was like, oh, we gonna win. They were thinking too far ahead. But boy, they shit the bed. That second half, they shit the bed bad. And it was bad because, bro, like I told you, Pat, and we talk about this all the time. They need a receiver. And I'm not talking about. I'm not saying Oklahoma doesn't have a receiver, but I'm saying like a real live threat. Like, cause it showed. Oh, it damn so showed. I ain't looked at the drops, but boy, I bet you, Venables, I know he was over there like, these can't catch nothing. Dropping wide, you know, I'm just throwing dots. Just dropping them. And I'm like, bro, you can't make this up. Y'all sat over here and made this team with no receivers. You got the quarterback. He got the quarterback he'd been waiting for. He had him. He got him. That was his guy. With no receivers. You can't make this up, bro. You can't.
And y'all, when we saying no receivers again, like my boy said, we talking about actual
Elite.
threat. Granted,
Threat.
number four, and number five, which them being the two receivers I've been talking about all year, they best two. They showed up. Santana and I don't know number four name, but he had made some big catches and some big plays. But we talking about like if they had an actual threat on the side with them two, their offense would be way better.
Way better.
Yeah.
I say all that to say Oklahoma, yeah, y'all so I felt like it took. I'm not even gonna say this because I give people credit. Since you had a no turnover game, if I'm not mistaken. Fact check me if I'm wrong, but I don't think he had no turnovers.
Yeah.
Um,
He ain't had no turnovers.
if I will say, I'm gonna say this, and I hate watching Alabama play. I hate because Alabama got to win through the air. They live and they die through the air. So I hate watching them play. But I will say this, and I hate to do this, bro, because I'm not a hater, but we all know, bro, this is only gonna take you but so far. That game right there showed me right there that it's only gonna take you once again, just like we say with I ain't gonna call the team out, but with other teams that's in the playoffs, it's only gonna take you but so far, bro. It's only gonna take you but so far. Now I will say this with Alabama. Brooks, number 17, like that. You are a dog. I don't know where you came from. I don't know. Hey, I don't know you, but you him. You that next one in Alabama, boy. I ain't gonna lie. But he was going fed. I'm talking about I seen him break like 4 tackles, I think, on one drive. I said, God dang, who is this? He is nice.
Yeah, he was playing.
He was playing.
He was
He
playing.
was fed. But they need to establish a run game, bro, because I just don't see them winning like games like that. Honestly, Alabama, you're not gonna win with just but Ty Simpson throwing the ball. I mean, you're not gonna do it. And even in the second half, I don't know if you peep, he had his little spurts where he was a little bit more accurate than he used. I ain't saying a lot more, just a little bit more accurate than he usually is when it come down to them games where you gotta, put the team on your back and carry for real. So I think it was a good game, but I just don't see Alabama going too far after that. I ain't gonna lie.
That was a good game. And to piggyback on what you said about Brooks, y'all go back a couple episodes when I said Alabama is 17 is taking Ron Williams' spot. Now, granted, I had somebody kind of correct me on that. He was like, Kobe, they ain't necessarily taking him out the playbook or whatever, but you know what I'm saying? He's still getting this amount of targets, and on top of that, he is dropping balls, which is true, right? Which is true. Ron Williams is dropping balls, but what I'm looking at, and when I was seeing that when 17 per, I literally said it a couple episodes ago. I don't know which episode it was. This was a couple episodes ago when I said, bro, they working Ron Williams out that offense. Number 17, he is doing the routes that you would see Ron Williams normally on. Like the main routes. Like, okay, this is the route. You look at him, he get open, you throw him the ball. Deep corners, crossers. He's running the main routes. If you look at what Ron Williams is doing, Ron Williams is really the decoy. And I said that last time. Ron Williams is running decoy routes for these other receivers to get open. Now, I'm not saying that 17 is the one. Granted, I still think Bernard is the one. But he did come, and I ain't 17. His last name is Brooks. I don't know. I forget his first name.
Yeah.
But Bernard to me is still the one of that offense as of right now. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, he coming. Brooks. He's feeling that role. He's feeling an important role.
I ain't gonna lie.
Because like I said, the role that you he here. The role that you need Ron Williams to feel and come on and step up and play, he is filling that role. So I don't know how that's gonna look after the season. Whenever their season is done, I don't know if Ron Williams still gonna stay. I don't know how that's gonna go. Like, he might hit that portal. But then again, he might stay because General Bernard gone. I think Isaiah Horton leaving. So, you know what I'm saying? We don't know. We're gonna see. But Brooks, he balled out. He definitely balled out. First of all, I'm gonna shout out Alabama, man. That was a good game. That was a real
good game. Yeah.
good game. That was a good game, man. Y'all came. Y'all did what y'all had to do. Granted, I do think Oklahoma sold that game. I'm gonna tell you, I ain't gonna say sold the game, but the first half.
Yeah.
They sold that first half. When Oklahoma went up 17-0 fast, and then, okay, after that, it was the punt block, which Alabama really didn't block it. The punter dropped the ball. He dropped the ball. Then he tried to pick the ball back up. Then Alabama blocked it. So you had that one, the punt block. Then I think Alabama scored on that drive. Then Jumbo Chip through that pick six. Boom. 14-17. real fast. It
Mm-hmm.
was 17-0. Then them two plays made it 14-17 because before then Alabama could not get across the 50. They barely could get a first down. They barely could get a first down. So boom, boom, momentum is changing. Then something else happened. I forgot what it was. Oh, the drop pass. John Mathieu threw a dot, y'all. A dot. Now, granted, if you go back and look at the play, he had the crosser wide open, and then he had the post wide open. And then he had the wide open lane to run to get the first down. I think they needed like 4 or 6 yards to get a first down. Instead of running and instead of taking the crosser, he threw it to the post. I'm not mad at it. I'm not mad at it. Others might argue that, okay, he should have ran it. That's an argument that you can make. I'm not mad at it. But regardless of the fact, you play football, I don't care what position you is, especially running back. And you know what I've been saying about running backs the last 2-3 years. If you want to be a good running back in the league, you want to get paid in the league, you got to be able to catch and run. These days of running backs just being able to run the ball is not it no more.
Yeah.
It's not it. You got to be able to do both.
Yeah.
And 23, I don't know his name, but that's the running back he threw us who on the post route, a dot. On the run, rolling out to the left.
A dot. A nasty dot.
A dot. And he drops the ball. Them was 3 big plays. The punt block, the pick six, the drop pass. I don't know if it was exactly that order. But somewhere up in there, 3 big plays. Boom, boom, boom. They had 17-0.
Let me ask you a question real
quick. Just like that. Go ahead.
With that, and I think I texted you when that happened. With that, what you think happened right there? You think that was a miscommunication? Did the receiver run the wrong route? Or did John Mathieu, was he not fully paying attention to what the hell he was doing? What you think? Because looking at it, it looked like he expected it. Now, I'm just saying what it looked like because he kept running.
Yeah.
So it looked like he expected him to stop right where he literally right. I don't like I say, I don't know. Me personally, I don't know what happened right there. But when he threw it, it's almost like he just automatically said, okay, he gonna be right here.
Yeah.
Like it ain't
normally,
like
normally 9 times out of 10, I'll say 9 times out of 10, them do be miscommunications where the receiver ran the wrong route. In that case, I don't know. Now it might have been. I realize, and 9 times out of 10, I really know. But in that case, I don't know. I really don't know. Cause, and I'm gonna give credit to Alabama on that play. They did see him. They pressured John Mathieu on that play. And you know what I say about pressure. That blitz, you either you see things that you know what I'm saying, don't think it's there or what. So
you anticipate.
Granted, it could have been a miss. You feel me? It could have been Buddy ran the wrong route. It really could have been. Like I said, 9 times out of 10, that's in them situations, that's what it is. I don't know for a fact if that's what it was. It could have been that, or it could have been just been them boys is coming. I'm getting this ball out. Like I'm just throwing it. And that's low key what it looked like. So I don't know. I do know that one mistake, that state caused them big. You gave them 7. That's really the only mistake I would say John Mathieu had that whole game. Yeah. Other than that, he played a great game. He played a great game. But like I said, y'all, the first half, I feel like Oklahoma sold themselves with them 3 plays. Yeah. Second half, Alabama came out. They made great adjustments. They started getting more pressure on John Mathieu, which they wasn't getting in that first half at all. Hell, they ain't been getting pressure on nobody all year, to keep it a whole buck with you. Right. They started sending extra blitzes. Even when they was running 3-man, they were sending 3 men and then sending a delayed blitz that was getting John Mathieu. That was a nice adjustment. They were sending extra blitzes. They just started being more physical on the D-line. Like, they just started getting pressure on John Mathieu. They started getting him off his block and stuff like that. Started attacking him in the backfield. So they made some good adjustments defensively and offensively. Started using Bernard in the backfield, started running a lot of 12-man, which I've been saying, in order for you to pick up that blitz, which they still, I think Oklahoma might have had 6, 7, 8 sacks. So they were still getting hella pressures on Ty Simpson. But they did slow the blitz down a little. They maintained the blitz in the second half. I'll say that. They maintained it. They slowed it down good enough for Ty Simpson to make the passes and the reads that he had to make. They just, Oklahoma missed 2 field goals with the best field goal kicker in the country. It was just like, you know what I'm saying? They really shot themselves in the foot. But I'm not gonna take anything away from Alabama because Alabama definitely came that second half. They made great adjustments and they came and they played and they won that second half. The first half, I will say Oklahoma did sell that first half, but that second half, Alabama won that second half. And at the end of the day, football is about opportunities, bro. The opportunities that you get, you got to make the best of them. That's what Alabama did. The opportunities that they got when they got the pick six, they ain't dropped the pick six because they could have dropped it. They ain't dropped the pick six. He caught the pick. 6 touchdown. They could have missed the block, the punt block. They ain't miss it. They blocked it. They went and scored on that position. You know what I'm saying? So the opportunities, Oklahoma, you missed 2 field goals. You feel me? Like the catch, the long catch the running back had, almost wide open, but it's a very catchable ball. He could have caught it. He dropped it. You know what I'm saying? So the opportunities that Oklahoma and Alabama had, Oklahoma did not make the best of their opportunities, and Alabama made the best of their opportunities. So shout out Alabama, man. That was a good game. I ain't gonna lie, I enjoyed myself watching that game. I did want Venables to win. Y'all, I did want Venables to win. And it was looking good at first, but then Oklahoma beat themselves with a lot of dumb penalties too. I'm gonna say that. That's the last thing I'm gonna say about that game.
Yeah.
Yeah, they had some real bad, dumb penalties. That was just after the play. It was real bad. But again, man, that was a good game. Shout out Alabama. They going on to the next round. Oklahoma, I think Oklahoma now is 0-6 in the playoffs, dating all the way back to when the playoffs very first started. I don't know, man. I don't know, Oklahoma. I really thought this was gonna be the year for y'all. Y'all gotta get over that hump. But I don't know when y'all gonna get over that hump. I will say this probably was. I don't want to short my man Venables like this, but I don't know how many more times he gonna get a quarterback. I don't know how many more times Venables gonna get a quarterback. I know what he gonna do on the defense end. The defense at Oklahoma, wherever Venables go, is gonna be like that. But like I always say, defensive head coaches, they ain't gonna go too far without a quarterback, bro. That's just what it is. This is what it is. So,
but I ain't gonna lie. I mean, he got John Mattel, so hey, it might be a domino effect. He might can just say, he might can get them guys.
He gotta get another quarterback.
Never know.
He gotta get another quarterback
and some receivers and a receiver, the receiver,
a threat.
Yeah, a threat.
Yeah, the receiver, the receiver. Fast. But man, again, y'all, shout out Alabama. They won. They on to the next round. The next and final game that we're gonna talk about is Miami and A&M. I'm gonna let you go ahead and start off what you gotta say about that.
I will go ahead and say this before we start talking. I was wrong. Okay, I was wrong. But you want to know what? That whole game, I'm gonna tell you who I give the most credit. I give credit to 3 people. And I'm going to tell you why I give him credit to these 3 people. Mark Fletcher, the running back from Miami. You are like that. You a dog. I ain't going to lie. You're a dog. You're him. And I always kind of looked at him as like, we look at Miami O-line, right? And we say, Now, granted, I ain't gonna lie, y'all. I was thinking at one point, he ain't like that. That O-line just OD. I ain't gonna sit over here and say I
want to say this real quick. Do you remember what I said about A&M defense? I said it on the podcast too. I want to know, did you remember? I said, I think I said it in the predictions when we was doing before the playoffs started. I was like, A&M defense is good, but they run defense is very suspect. That's literally what I said.
Yeah.
That's literally what I said.
You did say that. You definitely did say that. But I'm looking at it, right, and I'm like, dang, Mark Fletcher really, he's out here going fed. I'm gonna say this too. This game right here, and then I'm still talking about Miami. The 3 people, Malachi Tony, Mark Fletcher, and Mario Cristobal. I know everybody was like, Mario Cristobal, what he had to do? What did he do to make I'm gonna tell you the smartest thing he did. The smartest thing Mario Cristobal did was take. But you gotta. But you know what? Sometimes when you get
in this game,
sometimes when you looking, sometimes when you looking and you ain't got no answer. You ain't got no answer. You do stupid stuff, Kobe. When we seen that 1,000 times. When you ain't got no answer, you trying to find stuff. You start doing crazy stuff. Hey, look.
Y'all, look, y'all. This is not rehearsed, y'all. This is not rehearsed. But I know what he's finna say. I know what he's finna say.
The smartest thing he did was take the ball out of Carson Beck's hands. Yep. Carson Beck threw for 100 yards within 4 quarters. Yep. 4 quarters of football, bro. He threw 100 yards. And you want to know why? We already beat him on the run, so why stop? That's smart, Mario Cristobal. That is smart. That is smart. You win that game that way. Special teams. My guy Tony, I don't know if you seen Bot score. He broke one. Bot, I said, bro, he is changing the game. And Malachi Tony, I'm so sorry because you got that sorry quarterback over there, and y'all couldn't score on that drive that when you got them all the way down there. I apologize, brother. I know you were sick. You took a fumble. Hey, he fumbled. But look, that's how you get them back. You went back, scored. Hey, you a dog. He's a dog. He's a dog. He's a dog. Hey, he better. Hey, you went through more controversy in that game than the quarterback his damn self.
Damn sure did.
He did. He had to go overcome a fumble and come back because he already knew in order to win this game, I got to score. I got to. Some way, somehow, I have to score. He did it. And that's all it took for him to do it. One, he could have scored twice. Real talk. But Miami, that was good. Hey, that was a good win by y'all. Like I said, it didn't, to me, honestly, it didn't matter who was gonna win because I already know what's gonna happen next. But we ain't gonna get into that now. But for A&M, Marcel Reed, I want to sit here and say, I don't know why early in the season I thought, and when I was watching the game, Kobe, I said he gonna score eventually. Damn, I mean, you ain't got no choice, brother. You ain't got no choice. You gonna score eventually. Marcel Reed, you are so bad. I ain't gonna lie. You're so bad. You're bad. I ain't gonna lie. I know. My quarterback did not play how I wanted him to this year, y'all. I swear he did not. But that right there, that was bad. That was a bad performance, bro. You didn't do nothing right. I mean, for 4 quarters, you didn't do nothing. You didn't do nothing. They sat there. Mike Elko, you get some credit on that too, because you see what's going on, and you still say we're gonna live and die by Marcel Reed. You do that every week when he get in a tight game. We're gonna live and die by him. Ever since that South Carolina game, Cole, they've been living and dying by him. They've been living and dying by him. I ain't mad at it. I swear I ain't. If your quarterback show you something, y'all, you ain't got no choice but to trust him. You ain't got no choice. I get it. But you got to understand, bro. When you see and you know in that game on the line, you cannot sit there and say, Marcel Reed saved me. You can't do it, bro. He can't do it. He can't save him. He just cannot save him. Like, he can't. And then, too, I'm going to say this. The running back from A&M, I don't know how many times they run. They didn't run the ball a lot that game, did they?
I just looked at it. Yeah, Marcel had the most carries with 15. Every other running back has 7, 7, 4, 2.
But I'm not mad because guess what? They couldn't run on them.
They couldn't run the ball.
Couldn't run the ball on them.
Yeah.
So I ain't even mad. I'm not mad about that. I wish hey, like we always say though, bro, with that run, bro, hey, you gotta establish it. Even if it ain't working.
Yeah.
Even if it ain't working, bro, you got to keep the defense. You gotta keep them honest,
in the playoffs.
Yeah, you gotta keep them honest. Especially
in the playoffs.
But that was, I ain't gonna lie, that was A&M. That was bad. Concepcion Corver. I'm gonna say this real quick. Concepcion got his ass hit. Did you see that punt return when he got hit?
Yeah, put on the splatter. Put on the platter, I mean.
Yeah, he Lord Jesus. But y'all boys, I mean, y'all been that team all year, so I mean, it ain't really. It's really up to Marcel at the end of the day.
Yeah. And that's what I said, y'all. And again, you go back and look at the prediction. This ain't even about me being right or wrong, about Shaw being wrong or him being right or about him being wrong. Hold on, y'all. Give me 1 second.
Yeah, I gotta fix
Give
my.
me 1 second.
You probably gotta do the same thing I'm over here doing. Okay.
Yeah, okay, so I'm back. But yeah, this ain't about me being right and Shaw being wrong or Shaw being right and me being wrong. But when I said, because we did a prediction, I said, man, I ain't gonna lie. I wanted to pick A&M. I did. And I was like, I ain't gonna lie. I'm gonna pick Miami. Because I said, and I'm gonna give you exactly what I said. And y'all can go back and look at the video.
Yeah.
I literally said, this game gonna come down between Carson Beck and Marcel Reed.
In
I
that
said it's gonna
video,
come whoever
that
had a
video, y'all, is college football predictions too. If y'all want to go back and look at the fat shit.
college football predictions. Yep, facts. I said whoever had the least turnovers is gonna win that game. And I said, bro, as crazy as it sound, and I think you said, oh, it's definitely gonna be Carson Beck. I think you said it. I said, bro, as crazy as it sound, I think Carson Beck gonna have the least turnovers. And before you know what I'm saying, was saying what you said, I said, but this is why Carson Beck is gonna have the least turnovers, y'all. Because I had been said it weeks ago. Miami, since that Louisville game, has took the ball out of Carson Beck hands. Back to what you were saying, giving credit to Mario Cristobal. They took. I literally said, I said, Shaw, they not gonna allow Carson Beck to throw a pick. But my Elko, he gonna live and die by Marcel Reed. He been doing it all year.
Yeah.
He been doing it all year.
Yeah.
And I've been saying Marcel Reed ain't played good since week 3 when they played Notre Dame. When they came all the way back, put up 40-some points. That's the last good game Marcel Reed has played. The only good game Marcel Reed has played this year. After that game, he been playing very mediocre to bad for the rest of the year. So I just knew it, bro. I just knew it. Like Carson Beck, I mean, let's keep it a buck. Miami wasn't doing nothing but throwing screens. Screen right, Malachi Tony. Screen left, which they've been doing for the past couple weeks. Screen, screen, screen. Hell, Malachi Tony been throwing more touchdowns than Carson Beck. More passes, like, you know what I'm saying? So I just knew that Miami was not going to put him in jeopardy of throwing or turning over the ball. It just wasn't going to happen. Marcel Reed, he had 3 turnovers. He had 2 picks in the fumble. You know what I'm saying? And on top of that, Miami kicker missed like 3 or 4 field goals. So the game really supposed to be out of hand.
Yeah, in Miami, y'all kick and A&M. I don't know, and I'm gonna tell you, and I don't know why all these schools with all this money. I don't get it. Why
Don't
y'all
got a
don't
kicker.
have no kicker? Y'all ain't the only one. Y'all are not the only. It's a lot of schools with a lot of money who don't have no, and I don't understand why. That's like Texas A&M. Y'all bad. Texas A&M too. Oh, they're bad. They're awful. You heard? I don't know if you heard what the announcer said during the game, and I'm listening. I'm like, huh? He said, yeah. Mike Elko talked about the kicker that they have, and he said, literally, who looks like they don't have confidence. That's who I'm putting in. So basically, if you go in, you fuck up, you out. The next one back in. You fuck up, we're gonna take you out, put the other one back in. I said, boy, this is awful. This is awful.
It's this bad. And too, not to rain on Marcel Parade, but you do know Marcel was out partying that same night. He was out partying, I think, that same night or the night after Shaw. In
The
the
kids.
club. It was either a club or a party with a bottle. But you right there is what you just said is why I do not bet on college football. Because you're betting on 18-year-olds, 17-year-olds, 19-year-old kids. Not only is you betting on kids, but you're betting on these kids that's getting paid millions of dollars who don't have to work hard, who don't have to, you're not work. I know it, and I don't want to, you know what I'm saying? We don't know, but I know. 9 times out of 10, majority, I'm not saying all, but majority of these kids and students in college football, they're not putting in no after work pain, after practice. They're not doing it. They're not on receivers, not on jug machine. Ryan Williams, get on the jug machine. You're not catching 100 pass. You know all the stories that we heard growing up from NFL receivers, yeah, we was doing this after practice, or we was doing this, 100 catching the ball, catching 100 balls, or catching 1,000 balls, or running up hills, or doing extra
Extra
work
work. Extra
outside of
work.
because them boys
Mm-hmm.
had to grind. They had to grind to
To
get
get
to the
that money.
league to get a
Mm-hmm.
bag. Now these kids is getting bags in college. Hell, they getting in certain states. They getting bags in high school.
Yeah.
These kids is getting this stuff, and they don't have to work as hard like they used to have to work hard back in the day to get that bag. So now, what we do? We lose. We go on to the club. What is you doing? And I'm not.
You
What is
need
you
to be.
doing in the club after
Mm.
a loss? Do you know what we did after a loss? Bro, I was hurt after a loss in high school. I was outside at night after a loss in the yard, putting in work, putting in pain. I don't want to lose again. Sore loser. I admit it. I'm a sore loser. And anybody that say a sore loser to be a sore, hey, it's bull crap. Nigga, you should hate to lose. You should hate to lose. I don't give. That's the most dumbest. I ain't gonna say dumbest, but that's the most bad
Yeah.
thing somebody can tell you. It's
Mm-hmm.
okay to lose. No, it's not. It's not. You should hate to lose, bro. You should
You
not
should.
just lose and then just shrug it off and just be like, okay, it is what it is. I might go to the club. Or I might, you know what I'm saying, go to the party. I might go buy some jewelry. Or I might buy it. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
And again, not to rain on Marcel Reed parade, because this ain't just about Marcel Reed. This is about the whole college football. NIL, this is what NIL is doing, bro. That's why I said when NIL first started, it's going you really gonna have to see who the coaches is, bro, because you really gonna have to coach for real. But back to the game. My bad, y'all had it went on that little banter. But back to the game. Really, real live though. I know we talk about Carson Bell. I know we talk about Fletcher. Fletcher, you definitely did your thing, Fletcher. You definitely did your thing. Shout out Fletcher. Shout out Mario Cristobal, like you said, for leaning in on him. That's another thing I said. A&M running game. I think, bro, A&M gave up 100 yards a couple times on the ground this year. That's why I said, bro, A&M run defense is very suspect. Cause they gave up 100 yards on about six. I know at least about 6 running backs this year. So I kind of figured Fletcher was gonna have a day, not 172 yards a day, but I knew he was gonna have a day. But shout out Fletcher, shout out Miami, shout out Malachi Tony. But this ain't about. Hey, this game was won in the line of scrimmage, bro. This game was won in the line of scrimmage. Ruben Bain, K. Scott, them demons on that Miami D line.
Demons.
Oh, now granted, I know Marcel Reed, you had a bad game. It was due to the fact. Oh my lord, Ruben, did you hear Ruben Bain said after the game?
Oh
He
yeah,
said,
he
"Did
played
you
what the A&M the dude
you
said,
seen
yeah.
it?"
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Some dudes can just talk. They can't back it up though. Popping it after the game
Popping.
on live.
Popping it.
Oh my, straight up dog. But you're going top 5 or top. You ain't gonna know high. You ain't gonna know no lower than top 10 in the draft. But you definitely should be going top 5. This game was won in the trenches. Miami O line with Fletcher having them all them yards. That also contributes to Miami O line. They was winning the line of scrimmage offensively and defensively. The D line was terrorizing Marcel
Terrorizing.
Reed.
Terrorizing.
He he was back there running for his life. Running for his life. That's another reason why they couldn't get no running game started. So they was leaning on Marcel Reed, which you don't really want to do. You don't want to lean on Marcel Reed. Nah, but you got to lean on Marcel Reed because I can't run the ball. And he had the most rushing yards with 15 carries. It wasn't but 27 rushing yards. And he ran it 15 times, Shaw. 15 carries for 27 yards.
Facts.
Hey man, this game was won by Miami in the trenches, bro. In the trenches, Ruben Bain, bro, a dog. He had 3 sacks, bro. 3 sacks, like 5 tackles for loss. K. Scott 2 sacks. Thomas had a half a sack. I think the DB had a sack and a half. Bro, that was torture. They was torching that A&M O line was, oh my lord. That was going to work. They was going to work. But shout out Miami, man. That was a defensive That was a defensive masterclass.
Yeah.
The first game was just a good game, period. But that game was a defensive masterclass, bro. It came down to the last play. Marcel Reed, you have to make that pass. Granted, I knew. I look. I'm on the game with Greg. I said, Greg, I ain't gonna lie, Greg. Marcel Reed finna throw a pick. I knew indicators, y'all, indicators.
They
He almost threw one. He almost threw one that drive earlier. It went straight through the dude's hands. I said, Greg, after that play right there, he definitely gonna throw a pick. Last play of the game, he throw a pick, and the pass was there. The throw was there. If he make an accurate throw, that's a touchdown. It just ain't make an accurate throw. And it was a good decision, just a bad throw. It's a bad throw. But
I knew it when he throw that I don't know if you seen, but I think it was what's my boy name? Was it Craven? Corver? When he threw it in the back of the end zone, but he didn't get his feet in. He caught it, but he didn't get his feet in. And I said he finna throw
I
a
know
pick.
I seen.
I said he finna he finna throw. I said because the opportunities are so in games like that,
Slimming.
they're very
Yeah.
slim, very slim. I already knew. I said, bro, there's no way he's gonna be able to overcome even that. I said, bro, if he don't, he's either gonna have to get it in there by him making throwing a dot, cause they ain't letting him run. He ain't running in there.
But that's what I wanted A&M to do on that last. When they first got down there, it was like 33 seconds left. I said, bro, A&M should do a 5 wide. Granted, I don't think they had a timeout. They maybe had one timeout, but you was close enough to the end zone to get up and run another play.
Mm-hmm.
So I was like, bro, I think these boys said 5 wide on my Marcel Reed QB draw. That's what I was thinking.
That's
QB
what I would
draw.
have did.
Granted, like I said, somebody might be saying that, well, that's stupid. The clock gonna start. If you don't get in the end zone, the clock gonna keep running, blase, blase. Which is facts. But again, you're close enough in the end zone to regroup again and spike the ball or go for another play. Granted, if you spike the ball, okay, boom, now it's third down. It came down to fourth down anyway. You know what I'm saying? It came down to fourth down anyway.
Right.
Hindsight, we know that now. We probably never know that. Whatever. But that throw. I mean, it was a good throw. It was a great decision. Not a good throw, a great decision.
Great decision, yeah.
But it was a tight window throw, but he anticipated it. It just had to be to the right. It had to be to the right side, a couple more inches. But that was a good play by the defense of Miami, the DB. He jumped it. Ball was a little bit to the left. He jumped it, and it was ball game, bro. That was a masterclass, though. That was a great defensive game. I do say this. Like you said, we ain't gonna get into the predictions of next week and all that, y'all. That's gonna be the next episode that we get into the predictions and show y'all the round 2 of the playoffs and all that. Miami, I don't see y'all winning next round. I'm just say this real fast. I don't see y'all winning next round with Carson Beck doing them screens. I do not see it. You will have to do more than that. That's all I'm gonna say. But shout out to Miami, shout out to the U, shout out all that. Did you see Michael Irvin putting belt to the trash can, bro? He had a Texas A&M jersey. Michael Irvin, the fool, bro. This man had a Texas A&M jersey on the trash can, putting belt to the trash can, bro.
I would love to see what their reaction. They was I don't know if you seen it, but Miami. Oh yeah, we gonna do this next. We gonna do this with the next week. Ohio State. Yeah. Like I said, we ain't gonna talk too much on it. But boy, when you talk like that, and you got people over here that's mad that they ain't won awards and stuff, and you got people over here that's hungry and got something to prove. We'll talk about that later.
Yeah, we're gonna get into that. We're gonna get into that later. But again, y'all, shout out to Miami, man. Shout out to Alabama. Shout out to Oregon. Shout out to Ole Miss, man. Them all the teams that won, they advanced in the second round of the playoffs. Yeah, man. Shout out to them teams. This pretty much it with the episode, y'all. Like we said, we're gonna wait till the next episode to get into the predictions, and we're gonna give y'all our predictions and stuff like that. So yeah, that's pretty much it. You want to talk about something else, or you good?
No, I ain't got nothing. No, I'm good. I'm straight. All right, y'all. Well, that's the end, man. Like we say on every show. Make sure y'all like, comment, and subscribe, please. We appreciate y'all support. Like my boy said earlier, man, we're gonna be posting more for y'all. I know we've been taking a little break here and there, but we still on it. We ain't forgot. So we're gonna get back on it, get back on our grind. We appreciate y'all again. Make sure y'all comment under this. Let's get this. Hey man, let's get this video to let's do by 50. 50. Let's do 50. Let's do 50 likes. And let's do by 15 comments. Let's do 15 comments. Let's get this one up. Let me know what y'all think about everything we said. Like I said, hey, if you don't disagree, go ahead and say what you don't disagree about. Talk to us. We talk back. So, and we ain't arguing in no comments either. We don't argue in the comments. I don't argue. Y'all can. I don't. I'm not gonna argue with you. But hey, like we say, man, appreciate y'all, man. Appreciate y'all for tuning in.